Well, I wasn't looking. He fell into my lap. Actually, I was concentrating on starting the Cowboy Church and going to school, working on my PhD, and so I kind of decided that, you know, if I met somebody, I met somebody. And then I got a phone call, and Leslie had said, there is this wonderful guy. He's super cute. You need to meet him. I said, okay, I'll meet him. And she said her husband Kenny worked away, and so when Kenny returned, then Matt and I were supposed to meet. But before Kenny could get back, Matt called me. And my partner teacher at the time was from Rockport, and she said, oh, he's good looking. He's a catch. You got to call him back. And so I did, and then that was it.
We talked for a couple times, and then we finally met and picked her up and went to Chili's. And
he pulls up to my house and he called me, and he said, I'm outside. And I wanted to die. He didn't come to my door. He didn't ring my doorbell, and I thought, oh, this is not gonna work. He did not even come to my door. Got in the car. He was dressed nice in some cargo shorts and, you know, just a t-shirt. I'm sure it was a Guy Harvey shirt, knowing Matt. And he was very good looking. So I thought, well, maybe I could forgive him that one time and just let him know that he needs to open the door next time.
She had a kind heart and someone that I basically have never met as a girl. She has some qualities that I really did like and wanted to pursue her.
He seemed very genuine, very kind. And the funniest thing was my grandma was actually staying the weekend with me. And so I told her, darling, this boy has been calling me, and she had all of my answers and my questions planned out for me. And she was very happy that I had been talking, or I was talking to someone. And I think that she was getting a little nervous at my age, my late 20s, and not married. So
gradually, what can I say, I grew up, and she was a big part of that, and it just made me more reserved, and I thank her for that. It's a good part, that it's a good change that I have now.
our first date was August of 2009, the first football game of college football season of 2009. And we went out for a few months and then stayed in contact via Facebook, text messages, and phone calls. And then March of 2010, we decided to become exclusive, and it wasn't long after that. I'd probably say maybe May, so not too long after that. We got to really know each other before we even began dating, exclusively.
Back when, whenever we first started dating, whenever I got to know her extremely well and loved everything about her, and I knew at that point in time that I could see spending the rest of my life with her. And it just took me a while to pop the question.
His brother-in-law told me one day, you're going to have to propose to him. He'll never do it. And I thought, oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. And so we had gone on a vacation with his family to Turks and Caicos, and his sister's friend said, oh, Aaron and I think that he's going to propose when we're down in Turks and Caicos. But I knew Matt, and I knew that he wasn't he's very spontaneous. He doesn't really plan ahead for much, so I assumed he probably wouldn't.
it wasn't. I should have done it a couple years before I did, but I don't know. It just all of a sudden popped in my mind to get it done. So
I would, every time I found a ring, I'd send it to him in a text. I love this one. This one's beautiful. It's perfect. And we had dated for so long, and I thought that we were at this age that surely one day he would, finally propose. And
we already knew like the style of band, because she put about 5 or 6 rings online and saved them in my phone, so kind of had an idea, and found a good one that I knew that she would really like, and so picked it out.
He said that he didn't have his Wednesday night work dinner, and so he was coming home to see me, so I didn't think it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. So I was outside potting plants, and I heard the door because I heard the alarm go off, and our dog was barking. So I walked inside, and I had potting soil all in my fingers, and I was in my gym clothes, and I said hello to him, and he said, okay, we're going to go eat dinner. And so I turned around just to wipe my hands on the towel, and I turned back around, and he was on his knee, and there I stood with potting soil on my hands, on my face, and but it couldn't have been more perfect. It couldn't have been more perfect. Our first kiss was in that kitchen, so definitely a good choice of his proposal. Then the first words out of my mouth were, "Did you ask my dad?" And he said, "Yes, I went over there and I talked to him."
It was interesting. I was sweating my ass off, and I don't know. I think I kind of took him by surprise, but I basically said that, Miss McCoy, I love your daughter, and I'd be honored to ask your permission to marry your daughter. And he said yes, of course. And then went back to our house and just asked her in the kitchen.
Well, when he proposed, he had it in a red box, and he said, "Will you marry me?" And he was on his knee, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're asking me right now. Look at me right now." And he said, "Well, look at the ring. Look at the ring." He was very excited about it, and I looked at it and I said, "Oh my goodness, Matt, this is gorgeous." And so we were talking about it on the way, because we went to dinner after that, and he said, "Why just send all the pictures that you had ever sent me to the jeweler and said, I want a combination of all of these?" I said, "Well, you did very well." And I love it. I couldn't imagine anything more beautiful than it. And then when we went to pick out the wedding bands, we got them custom made to go with it. So a very unique ring. And his wedding band, the one that he will wear, is his grandfather's. And I think that is very, very special. I'm very, very happy for him, very excited that he'll wear his grandfather's wedding band. And I know he is as well.
With my work, I'm gone during the week, and so the weekends is the only time I get to see her, and so I like to spend it with her and just her.
I'm at the university nearly all day working and writing, teaching, whatever it may be, and just very excited about Fridays coming around with Matt coming home and having the weekend with him. We don't do a lot. We don't go out very often. We really just like to spend the time together.
We have a lot of niece and nephews, and so we like to go to participate and cheer for them, at their games and stuff, and school activities.
He was very kind. He is very kind. Not just to me, but to little kids. On our first date, we had gone to Chili's, and then we had gone to his friend's house, and Logan and Amanda, and they have 2 little girls. Well, at the time, they just had 1 little girl. And as soon as he walked in the door, she came running to him, and he picked her up and he gave her a hug. And I thought, "Aw, how kind is that?" Usually younger single guys are kind of reluctant to hold little children, and I just, kids and dogs tell you a lot about people, and Matt's really good with both.
She comes from a good family, and I come from a good family, and I think that her family accepted me, and of course my family accepted her, because it was basically the best girl that I brought home. And so Mom and my family and my grandparents, and they were very happy.
I think it was our 3rd, maybe our 4th date, and we had gone over to Leslie in Kenny's house, the one who introduced us, and my mom was running, and she just happened to stop by. Of course, she knew we were going to be there, but she had to meet him, and she really liked him. She really liked him. My family loves him. They absolutely love him. I don't think that my dad could have picked anybody better. They really enjoy him. My brothers and my sister-in-law, the kids, my niece and my nephews. He's just part of the family, and I think that he feels so comfortable around my family, and my family just welcomes him with open arms. My mom adores him. It was really important for me to have my grandmother meet him and my grandfather. Wherever the road takes us, we kind of have an idea of where we want to stay, and Matt has been, again, very supportive. He said wherever I need to go to get a job he'll go, and we would prefer to stay here, to have our children grow up with our parents and their cousins and our siblings, and just have that close-knit family like we have. But if it doesn't work out that way, then we're both open to it, and I know that with each other we'll do well. We'll be okay.
The future, I know that we're gonna have 1 or 2 kids. There'll be some changes in the future with where we're gonna be, where our home is gonna be. I know that it's gonna change whenever she graduates and whenever we move. But it's something that it's a journey that we're going to do together, and looking forward to that.
Well, I couldn't imagine life without him now. I just look forward to talking to him every day. Definitely look forward to Fridays when he comes home, and the weekends. Monday mornings are a little sad when he leaves and goes back to work, but I think that I like where we are in life. He's very supportive of everything that I do, and vice versa, and I just really couldn't imagine life without him.
I want to thank you for being who you are and helping me become a better man. Don't ever change who you are, and I'm proud of you, and I love you.
Matt, I thank you for your continued love, and I look forward to all of our years that we're going to spend together, many wonderful memories that we'll be making together, and I love you.